Hi everyone. So, in the light of recent events regarding the dry fasting and the connection potentially between that and Robert Lockhart's death, most likely there's a connection. Like, there's still a lot of people that are commenting on these videos and some of my videos, and they're like, yeah, but, and they're trying to you're trying to find an excuse or a reason or like stick up for dry fasting. Like, what? Stop. Can everyone just stop with that? This is it over. It's finished. Right? Any of us, most of us, were not interested in the dry fasting. Almost everyone that's like a teacher or a leader in the raw vegan movement is against it pretty much as far as I can see. The science is against it, the doctors are against it, everyone's against it, you know. It's time for it to stop. It's over, it's finished, no more, right? So when people put comments below saying, yeah, but he was like probably dehydrated already, or he wasn't clean enough internally, or he wasn't this and that, and he wasn't in touch with his body enough, or he wasn't, like, stop, like, it's, just admit you are wrong, you know. Yes, can a person survive without water for a long time, longer than we thought? Yeah, they can. Can a person go over 3 days without water? Yes. And some people have gone much longer. But it's a bad idea. Really super bad idea. Actually, I had a friend that had kidney disease years ago, and he reversed it on a raw vegan diet. And he was talking about dry fasting, and he'd done a long dry fasting, and then a while after he was saying to me that his kidney disease had come back, and now I'm like, no wonder, you know. Now I'm realizing, like, I need to change his diet as well. But can everyone just stop with that? Like, anyone who's thinking of supporting dry fasting, saying, you know, it wasn't the dry fasting, it certainly was a big contribution to it, if it wasn't the only thing. So you know, it's just an idea that it's cancelled now. Stop. And unfortunately, potentially part of the reason you might have even heard about dry fasting is because Robert was speaking about it at Woodstock. I don't know, I have no idea why they allowed him to speak about that. I have no idea. I don't get it at all. Because just even a little bit of research and you know that people have died from it. So it's really strange to me. I don't know who's in charge of that at Woodstock, who makes that choice or whatever, but why they would let him speak about that, I don't know. Because so many people have went out and tried it, and I don't know if it just felt to me like I never heard anyone talk about it when I got into this, and then Robert speaking about it at Woodstock, and then all of a sudden in the next few years I see loads of people talking about it. I don't know if there was a connection, but it felt like there was some kind of connection. And it's, yeah, such a bad idea. Can everyone just stop? Like, it's over. It's finished. Because another thing is that, like, it's not like he didn't understand what he was doing. It's not like like people might say, well, he wasn't in touch with his body, or he did it at the wrong time, in the wrong moment, or he did it in the wrong way. It's like, he would have known better than you. Like, he did more of these dry fasts than anyone, and he was raw longer than anyone, so he was probably cleaner, if you want to say it. That I don't really believe in that idea. I don't think people have a lot of dirt inside them or whatever, but fair enough. you know, so it just, I'm flabbergasted that people, that's a good word to use, but I'm just, it's so frustrating. It's like, we're trying to stop people from doing these things for years, and it's still happening because people want to push the body to the limit, and it's damaging. It's damaging people. It's kidney damage is happening, and death is happening, and it doesn't happen all the time, but there is no advantage to you doing that apart from a death wish. It's not a healthy practice. It doesn't make you healthier. There's no level of detox that it's better for or whatever. And stop thinking about detox. Think about developing a healthy lifestyle. You are detoxing, so stop thinking that you have to do something to make it happen. Robert's information about deuterium oxide and heavy water, there is no, Lauren Lockman made a video and he said there is no scientific evidence around dry fasting, but what happens is often inflammation goes away quickly. But it goes away quickly because the body is starved of water and can't send as much blood to these regions, which makes sense to me. Or if it gets rid of mucus, it's because the body doesn't have the water to create the mucus, not because the body doesn't want to. We're getting in the body's way by dry fasting, and that is the number one principle against natural hygiene. We're getting in the body's way. So I think there's questions to be asked. Why was he encouraged? Why was he given a platform to speak about the idea? Why are people still trying to convince themselves this is a good idea? It's not a good idea. Just stop. This dream you have that this is a great idea, stop. Don't do it. No more. And even fasting, like, stop. Mostly you don't have a long-term degenerative chronic disease that you need to deal with. And that's what the fasting clinics should be full of, but for some reason they're full of like young kids and fasting retreats with 18-year-old girls. And some of them, fair enough, some of them do have issues, but this detox thing, this desire to take things to the limit, it's kind of a very human thing, like to take it to the next level. But you just got to get to the point where you realise this is the end game, you know. Raw vegan is as far as it goes diet-wise. Maybe fruitarian if you want to call it that. But you're not taking it any further. You know, just stop and focus on other things in your life. Don't get so obsessed that you keep going, trying to find this extra level. So my appeal to people is just to stop trying to justify it. Stop trying to find some reason why it's good. This is another person that's died. This is not the first. I know of at least 4 stories. And many of you, and many other people have a story, and you might say, well, I don't know all those people personally. Yes, I don't. But where there's, you know, without smoke, there's not fire, or where there's smoke, there's fire. People aren't sharing these stories for nothing. So it's time to stop. It's over. It's finished. No more. So that's my feeling about it. I understand that not all of you are going to follow my advice or ideas, but this is such a bad idea. I'm really sorry that it was able to proliferate. I'm sorry of the damage that it's already done to people. And if you have done it long term and you've done it a bunch of times, unfortunately it has damaged you, and potentially for life. Maybe not in a huge way, but it probably has caused some level of damage and stress in the body that was totally unnecessary. And your gurus and teachers should have been should have protected you from that. The way that mine did when I got into this. Because I was listening to people like Harley, like Dr. Doug Graham, people that, and it's funny, they've got a different opinion on water. Doug doesn't really drink a lot of water, he feels that you get it from the fruits. Harley drinks a lot of water, feels that you don't get sufficient from the fruits. But neither would ever promote any kind of dry fasting. Anyway, thank you for watching the video. Wanted to keep it a little bit short. And this is a really sad, bad thing. It's a bad thing. We probably should have all done something more about this. I mean, some people were talking about it all the time, telling people it was a dumb idea. I hope people realise now and see how fatal it can be. Okay, thank you.